gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rumble here from the beautiful dirt track at Charlotte, as it is the Dirt Warrior Racing League back in action here this evening as these drivers get ready to rumble. They get ready to duke it out as heat race number 1 is about to get started here this evening as the Dirt Warrior Racing League's Wednesday night street fights is back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we go as heat race number 1 is going to line up like this. Starting on the pole in the 33, that is James Ellington, who is outside the 27 ride. That is Chris Perota, hopefully I'm getting that right. Perota in that number 27 ride. Dylan Simmons in position number 3 to his outside in the Cocky Floyd Consulting number 20. That is Philip Sexton. Starting in position number 5 in the beautiful E&D Farm Sweet Tea Gang, the 618 Engraving and Designs. Papa Mike Promotions number 67 is Ty Dickinson to his outside. In the 7X is the Tommy Gun Customs ride. That is the Machine of Jacob Stefanski, and then we run into our 4th row. The 216 of Jason Calhoun, the 49 ride of Jackie Whaley, in the 88 machine, the TNT Racing ride of Cody Ernest, bringing up the rear of the field. There's 9 drivers ready to rumble here from Charlotte as the Wednesday night street fights are back. And quickly, it is the TNT Racing number 33 of James Ellington, who will lead us down in through corner number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway through 3 and out of 4. He will lead lap number 1 is in tow. The other 33, it's Dylan Simmons back there in position number 2 as Perota up on the high side trying to hang on to that number 27 ride. He's starting to lose that front bumper here after a little bit of contact, and he's trying to hang on to it as there's more contact. Down low, look out, Ty Dickinson was in it. Luckily enough, some drivers able to get through there. Unfortunately, other drivers not so lucky. Jacob Stefanski, Dylan Simmons tied up in that one as they ended up running into, I do believe it was the 27 of Perota right there, as Perota trying to keep a handle of that car, trying to keep it pointing in the right direction. There's contact right there. That's where he starts to lose that bumper. Then the 33 and the 7X contact right there. Jackie Whaley's in there. The 88 ride's in there as well. Luckily enough for majority of the drivers that got a little piece of it, they're able to keep on battling as James Ellington just running away here with this heat race. Philip Sexton sitting nicely into second here as Jason Calhoun back in third. Ty Dickinson up and into position number 4, and he is looking for more as Sweet Tea rolling to the outside, trying to find his way around that Hoosier Racing tire number 216 of Jason Calhoun. Dickinson down to the inside, looking to take over third here this evening as Chris Perota falls back into position number 5 out there on the racetrack. Jackie Whaley there in 6th with Cody Ernest in 7th. Jacob Stefanski and Dylan Simmons bringing up the rear of the field, unfortunately after some heavy contact out there on the racetrack. But for James Ellington, it has been clean and green for him, and he is looking just to continue to pull farther and farther away here. Is nice and easy down through 3 and out of 4. He gets a little bit squirrely. It draws in the 20 with 3 laps left to go here for James Ellington. The gap is closed quite a bit. Philip Sexton is there, and if they start messing around, if they start playing around, Ty Dickinson, Sweet Tea will be right there ready to bounce as Ty up and into position number 3 here this evening. As Ty sits in third, it's Jason Calhoun back in 4th now. Jackie Whaley rounding out our top 5 as Perota falls back into position number 6 on the racetrack. Cody Ernest, Stefanski, Simmons rounding out the field here is nice and easy. Down through 3 and out of 4. The 33 of James Ellington will see the first white flag fly here this evening. Heat race number 1 about to come to a close. Ellington trying to hang on to it as he leads us down the back straightaway, nice and easy down into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. Philip Sexton will get there as James Ellington will pick up heat race win number 1 here this evening. Philip Sexton will come home in second. Ty Dickinson will round out our top 3 here in this heat race. Jason Calhoun, Jackie Whaley, Chris Perota, Then we see Cody Ernest, Jacob Stefanski, and Dylan Simmons rounding out our 9-car heat race. As let's take a look here. I'm not 100% sure on how. Let's see here. Okay, so it looks like top 2 automatically transfer through. So unfortunately for Ty Dickinson, just not quite lucky enough right there as our top 2 lock their way into our A-main feature event. Unfortunately for a lot of these other drivers, you know, Ty Dickinson, Jackie Whaley, Parada, you look at Stefanski, a lot of these fast cats that we normally see in our heat races and potentially, you know, being a potential, you know, feature winner. They're going to have to go the long way through. They're going to have to go to our B main, our C main here this evening and try their hand at locking their way into the feature event. Is Mama Bear in the chat? How are you, Mama Bear? Martin Long in the chat as well. Says good afternoon, man. Good afternoon, Mama Bear. As Mama Bear says hello to Justin, as my boy Justin in the chat as well. How are you, Justin? Coming to show the love. Says, woo, let's go, Ty Dickinson. Mama Bear was cheering on Sweet Tea herself as Hyatt says, let's go, Doghouse Boys. Cheering on all the Doghouse drivers is my boy Jeremy Vaughn in the chat as well. How are you, Jeremy? As we get ready here for heat race number 2. It's going to line up like this. The 21 ride. Shane Matthews will start in the pole position with Jeremy Akins to his outside. Nathan Trepo in the Sunrise Racing, that beautiful Witch Doctor ride, will start there in 3rd. To his outside, that is Ricky Russell starting there in 4th with Jonathan Wiley rounding out our top 5. Evan Monaghan, Jacob Sexton, Chad Puterbo, and Easton Reitner, hopefully I'm getting that right. I'm probably getting it wrong. Reitner will start back in position number 9 here this evening. As here we go, ready to rumble and ready to duke it out once again this evening as Shane Matthews, our pole sitter, luck of the draw, put him out in front, and he's looking to hang on to it. But that 7 rider, Jeremy Akins, getting a great run down the back straightaway. They'll battle door to door, back down and across the line. It's a drag race, and it looks like Akins may have led lap number 1 here this evening as the B&B Racing Chassis ride is going to roll that outside, and he will take over the race lead. Now, for a lot of these drivers, they know top 2, you're into the show, you're into that A main, you're going to get a great starting spot. You need to find something, you need to work your way up towards the front of the field here as Nathan Trepo back there in 3rd is currently on the outside looking in of a transfer spot as Ricky Russell, Jacob Sexton, that 13E of Evan Monaghan are all trying to race their way towards the front, hoping to try to give themselves either a good starting spot in our consolation races or hoping to try to lock their way in to our A main feature event as that Sandman Speed number 11 ride. The, what is it? Slow Fuck Racing number 11 ride back there in the 7th position. Unfortunately for Jonathan Wiley, kind of falling back here a couple spots early in this race. We'll have to wait and see if you can find a little extra something here, you know, throughout this heat race. But time is quickly running out as Jeremy Akins out in front will lead us down and out of corner number 4, and he will hit that halfway marker. 5 laps in, 5 laps left to go as Cody Sanderson, Sandman in the chat, says, let's go Wiley, says, send it, he says. Some good looking hot rods, some great looking rides out there, man. These guys put in a lot of work. They get these paint schemes done up. They take pride in their craft, in their race cars, man, and it's great to see them back in action here in 2026. Hopefully everyone had themselves a wonderful New Year's, a wonderful, you know, holidays, and hopefully you guys are ready to see these guys duking it out on a weekly basis for quite a little while, as we did see Jacob Sexton run into some issues here. Tough break here for the EJR Sexton paint and body ride as Jacob Sexton runs into some issues. Let's take a quick look, see what happens here to that 101 machine as he's battling with Evan Monaghan, the 21 ride of Ricky Russell. There's contact between him and Monaghan. He keeps bouncing around, ends up sliding down the racetrack into Jonathan Wiley. That's where he goes around, ends up with some pretty solid damage and contact as out in front it is Shane Matthews who takes over the race lead. So Matthews, our pole sitter, jumps back around Jeremy Akins. Akins falls back into second with Nathan Trepo, our top 3, all staying right where they started. Even Ricky Russell trying to stay in position number 4, but it looks like Monaghan will take that 4th position. Here comes Jonathan Wiley, now looking to his outside, but the heat race is going to come to a close as Shane Matthews will pick up the heat race win. Our second heat race winner of the day. Jeremy Aikens in that second and final transfer spot into the show as Nathan Trepo, Evan Monaghan, Ricky Russell, Jonathan Wiley, Chad Puterbo, Easton Reidner, and Jacob Sexton, who's now missing the left front here, and a lot of damage to that 101 ride, will round out our field as our bottom half of it, unfortunately, will go to our consolation races, as only 2 drivers from these heat races lock their way into the A main feature event. Everyone else has to go to the consolation races, as my boy Justin says. You remember me, love you. I love you too, Justin. Of course I remember you, brother. Of course I remember you. It's been a little while. We haven't seen Ty or Bryce out there on the racetrack in a little bit, man, but we always love and miss seeing, obviously, any of the Sweet Tea Gang members, any of the amazing Peacemaker moderator team in the chat. Obviously, always having the Dickinsons in here, man. We always love seeing Mama Bear, Papa Mike, and, any of the boys in here cheering on their brothers, or just any of these amazing drivers here on a weekly basis. As Cody says, he's repping that team name for us. Yes, he is. He's repping it for you. He's repping it for you. As we get ready to rumble here, heat race number 3 is about to get underway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we ask you quickly here to do one favor for us. It takes only a couple seconds. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the stream for us. Share it out as well if you're feeling courteous, man. Share it to your Facebook, your Discords, even Twitter or anywhere else that you can. Share it out. Bring in your friends, your family, any more amazing race fans to jump in here and enjoy this amazing racing. But every like and comment that you guys hit today helps push this stream out to more and more amazing viewers as we get ready to rumble here in this one. As the beautiful 74 PA ride of Josh Patterson will start in the pole position. You'll have the grumpy graphics DWR ride of William Hargraves starting to his outside. Stephen Burrow will start there in third, with Derek Reitz in the Cocky Floyd Consulting Doghouse Racing ride there in fourth. Jeremy Sexton in the 2020 there in fifth, with Dan Stifler, Josh Peacock, Tim the Toolman Taylor in that TNT Racing 99 will start back in seventh, with Cameron Stefanski, the Sunrise Racing ride, rounding out our field in ninth. As once again, 2 drivers will transfer through to the A main feature event. All 7 other will go to our consolation races later here this evening, as the 74 of Josh Patterson will lead lap number 1 here in heat race number 3. As heat race number 3 quickly underway here, is Patterson trying to hang on and hold off William Hargraves. Hargraves working his back bumper, but you take a look at Jeremy Sexton, Stephen Puterbo, they're beating and banging door to door back here for position number 3 on the racetrack. Now, I know that Jeremy Sexton came home second in the point standings in season 21 of the Wednesday night street fights. Now that season 22 has gotten underway, Jeremy, getting a little bit more of a test and tune kind of deal on that 21st season on what he needs to do, where he needs to be able to work, and what he needs to do to try to pick up another championship. So we'll have to wait and see if Jeremy here in his first heat race of the season can try to lock his way into our A main feature event as he works on the back bumper here of Mr. Hargraves. It's Stephen Burrow all over his back bumper, and now here comes the Dirt Warrior Racing League iRacing iFlag number 17 of Dan Stifler right into the battle. Stifler gonna take it down to the inside, looking to try to work his way around that 45 machine, as Josh Patterson will see the halfway marker. Dual flags crossed in the air, and for the 74 PA ride, you gotta imagine that that's either a PA for Patterson or a PA for Pennsylvania, as the 74 ride rolling and trying to keep this race lead. But now he's got Hargraves working to his inside. Here comes the Dirt Panda machine of Mr. Hargraves, looking to try to take over this race lead, as that little contact right there, beating and banging the full fender racing action. This is exactly what we like to see, as the 71 Will Hargraves out in front will take over the race lead, but Patterson's gonna come right back with a slide job down through corner 1 and 2. Crossover there from Hargraves. Hargraves will keep it down low, down through corner number 3 and 4, as now here comes Jeremy Sexton Jackson, a slide job of his own as he'll jump up into position number 2. So Patterson, unfortunately, slides back now into third because here comes the 45 right of Stephen Burrow right into the mix as well. Oh, baby, this is what we came for. This is the racing action that we love to see as these drivers putting on a show for us here this evening as Burrow slides in front of the 74 machine as the white flag has been displayed. It's all Will Hargreaves, though. Hargreaves out in front, looking to try to pick up heat race win number 3 here this evening as he heads down through quarter 3 and out of 4. Drag race back to the line. Sexton can't quite get there as Will Hargreaves will pick up the 3rd heat race win of the day. Jeremy Sexton will lock his way into our feature event as Stephen Burrow, Josh Patterson, Dan Stifler, and the rest of our field will go to our consolation races here this evening as we'll get ready now for heat race number 4. You guys wanted more? Well, here you go. 4 heat races, 4 groups of amazing and talented drivers ready to put on another wicked show for us here this evening in heat race number 4. We'll be lined up like this in that WR1 Dirt Warrior Racing Wheeler Medals number 3. It is Jeremy Vaughn who will start in that pole position to his outside in the STD or STO Motorsports. Hopefully it's STO, not STD Motorsports, but it's the 13 rider Cody McCoy in the slinganddirt.com ride who will start there in second. Starting in position number 3 in the 47 ride, that is Tyler Ryan. To his outside, it is the 8 machine, last season's champion, the Dirt Warrior Racing League's number 8 ride of Tyler Jackson. Starting in position number 5, the 47 in that beautiful Sexton paint body, Cocky Floyd Consulting. Doghouse Racing ride is Marco's Pace, starting there in 5th. To his outside in the Sunrise Racing number 22, it is Evan Stefanski. Starting in position at number 7 in the 19 ride, it is the White Knuckle Setup Shop number 19 machine of Dakota Proud. To his outside, the 4 ride, that is Ryan Howard, in bringing up the rear of the field in the Dirt Warrior Racing League, Grumpy Graphics, slinganddirt.com, the iRacing iFlag machine of Jim Rivas will start there in the 9th position. It's Caleb Ramsey. What's good, Caleb? Caleb in the chat says, let's go, as my boy Diabetes coming in, show the love. My boy Justin with the $2 dono says $2 towards energy drink supplies. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that, my boy. Good sir, coming in with the $2 dono here this evening as here we go, rocking and rolling for heat race number 4. Jeremy Vaughn quickly onto the loud pedal. Vaughn out in front will lead lap number 1 here in heat race number 4. Tyler Ryan quickly jumps up into position number 2. It's a battle now for the 47 rides, as unfortunately last season's champion Tyler Jackson kind of hung up here on the outside lane. Can't really work his way around that 13 rider Cody McCoy just as of yet, but they're going to continue to battle down the front straightaway. But the 13 ride in T-Jack makes some contact. Look out, up the racetrack goes Tyler Jackson. He goes from battling for potentially a transfer position to now just trying to hang on here at the back of the pack. As Jeremy Vaughn out in front, continue to just hold these guys off. It's Tyler Ryan, Marco's Pace, 2nd and 3rd here. Marco's on the outside of a transfer spot, looking in as the battle of 47s. It's about to begin as Tyler Ryan, Marco's Pace, door to door, down and out of corner number 4, with that outside momentum will pay dividends for Tyler Ryan as he'll stay in position number 2. Cody McCoy trying to hang on to that 4th position as the fast orange ride rolls there in 4th. He's got Dakota Proud and Evan Stefanski in tow, trying to reel him in as T-Jack trying to battle back. He's worked his way back around Ryan Howard and back around Jim Rivas, as unfortunately Jim ended up running into some issues here. Looks like he may have ended up with some contact, not knowing whether or not they were 3 wide right here. They're tight, and obviously a little contact. Then he's going to get tight, walking back up the racetrack, bounces off of Tyler Jackson. His teammates collide. Unfortunately, the 57 goes for a loop-de-loop. Gets it rolling, though, keeps on battling as his other teammate, Jeremy Vaughn, out in front, continues to lead the way. So Vaughn just trying to keep a pair of 47s back there at bay, but here comes Tyler Ryan working down to the inside, trying to find something underneath of Jeremy Vaughn, hoping to try to steal this heat race win away from him, but he's got to be careful because there's contact now between him and Pace as Marcos now going to look to try to take over position number 2. That is one of the things that you got to worry about when it comes to these heat races, knowing that only the top 2 transfer through when you're in that transfer spot. As much as you want to go after that race win, it could affect yourself and unfortunately move yourself backwards like we just saw for Tyler Ryan. Battling, looking to try to take over the race lead, cost him that 2nd position. He is now on the outside of a transfer spot looking in as the white flag has been displayed. As Jeremy Vaughn, our pole sitter, looking to lead us from green to checkered, will take us for the final time here in heat race number 4, down through corner number 4 and across the line. It is Jeremy Vaughn who will pick up heat race win number 4 here this evening. Marcos Pace will punch his ticket into the show as Tyler Ryan, Cody McCoy, Tyler Jackson, Dakota Proud, Ryan Howard, Evan Stefanski, and Jim Rivas will all go to our consolation races here this evening. But Jeremy Vaughn picking up that 4th heat race win is feeling A-OK, and it looks like, oh baby, this is going to get interesting for first race of the season. I do believe we're skipping our consolation races, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We're going to skip our consolation races, meaning that everybody is going to get an opportunity to race in our feature event here this evening. No one's going home early. Everyone is going to get an opportunity to try to pick up the checkered flag here in our first race of this 22nd season of the Dirt Warrior Racing League, as drivers will hop out onto the racetrack here for a quick warm-up session, making sure that their cars are locked and loaded and ready to rock and roll here this evening as Caleb Ramsey says some slick looking rides this season. Caleb, great to see you, brother, coming in, showing the love here in this one. Dan Hupp says, hammer down, boys. Wish I was able to participate. Love watching these guys. Yeah, these guys put on an absolute amazing show for us each and every single time. And yes, Justin, big excite, brother. Big excite here for this one, man. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a great show. We're going to be right back. I'm going to get some of my energy drink into me, and we're going to get ready to rock and roll for our A main feature event in just a couple more moments.
The boys are back where the clay
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show. Well, here you go, as our main feature event is about to get underway. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, and make sure you become part of the Peacemaker family here today as we get ready to set these drivers loose for our first feature event of the 22nd season of the Wednesday Night Street Fights. As James Ellington and Shane Matthews will lead us to the green flag, it is Will Hargraves and Jeremy Vaughn who will round out our top four. Philip Sexton, Jeremy Akins there in 5th and 6th, with Mark Goes Pace and Jeremy Sexton there in 7th and 8th. Ty Dickinson and Nathan Tripo will round out our top 10 as Stephen Burrow, Tyler Ryan, Jason Calhoun, Cody McCoy, Ricky Russell, Josh Patterson, Jackie Whaley, Tyler Jackson, Jonathan Whaley, Dan Stifler, Dakota Proud, Chad Puderbo, Chris Perata, Cameron Stefanski, Ryan Howard, Easton Reigner, Cody Ernest, Evan Stefanski, Jacob Sexton, Tim Taylor, Jim Revis, and the rest of the field here this evening as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as James Ellington gets the green flag and will quickly lead us down through quarter 3 and 4 once again, and down and out of 4 he will lead lap number 1 here this evening. So James Ellington out in front, but for these drivers, they know they got a lot of time, a lot of laps here to try to figure out a way to put themselves up and into victory lane. This is a 70-lap feature event here this evening. As much as you want to work your way to the front, you want to lead all 70 laps, a lot of times you just got to take care of your equipment. Keep yourself out of trouble. Try to save maybe a little bit for later in this race, as I can't assume we're going to see this one stay clean and green. We're going to see probably at least a couple issues because it's an absolute dogfight back here deeper through the field. Everybody looking for a way to the front here as they're 2, 3, 4 wide battling here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Everyone trying to slice and dice their way through the field. A lot of fast cats that had problems throughout their heat races trying to battle their way back up towards the front here as other drivers just trying to hang on to it. As look out, the 74 wide running into issues. Ty Dickinson in there as well. Now missing that front bumper. Ty slides back into the 18th position. So unfortunately for that Papa Mike Promotions END Farms number 67 ride, now falling 9 positions early on in this race, as out in front it is James Ellington who continues to lead the way. Will Hargraves there in 2nd, with Philip Sexton back in position number 3. Shane Matthews there in position number 4, continuing to look for more, as here comes Jeremy Sexton now up inside our top 5. Jeremy Vaughn, Marcos Pace side by side as they look to try to make it 3 wide here for position number 5 on the racetrack as Vaughn works to the inside. A lot of these drivers just trying to keep themselves out of trouble, and unfortunately we do see Josh Patterson, oh no, the JPEG graphics ride headed down pit side here, running into some early issues, will now exit pit road after getting that car repaired, and unfortunately finds himself falling a lap down. We also see Josh Peacock in attendance as well. This is a driver we did not see in our heat races. Josh Peacock, great to see Josh out there. He's looking to battle, looking to duke it out here this evening as well. At the back of the pack as we see Derek Rice, Dylan Simmons back here, Evan Monaghan, Evan Stefanski, Chad Puderbo, all back here deeper in the field as 36 drivers out on the racetrack, giving us an absolutely amazing show here this evening, man. This has been already an amazing race. 10 laps about to be completed, caution-free so far, as James Ellington out in front will take us down to quarter number 4, and he will lead our first 10 laps of this race. As look out, there goes Hargraves, and there's our first caution flag of the day. Hargraves around, there's Jonathan Wiley, who's going to run right into him. Oh no, heavy hit there for both Wiley and Will Hargraves. Hargraves is our first caution flag of the day will fly. I'm going to take claim on that one. That was definitely maybe a little bit of the announcer's curse right there, as Hargraves, I'm not sure what happened here. Looked like he tried to slide up in front of that 20 right of Philip Sexton. I'm not sure if there was enough room here, and unfortunately, yeah, just not enough room there. Philip had gotten to his outside. I don't think Hargraves had realized that, and unfortunately, they get tied together. Around goes Will. Heavy contact for both those drivers. A little contact there as well for Shane Matthews, but it puts that 71 ride the wrong direction, and unfortunately for Jonathan Wiley here, he's 3 wide. He's really got nowhere to go, and unfortunately for Wiley, he's hoping that he can figure out a way to get around the 71, and just no space, no time for him to either get checked up or to avoid Will Hargrave right there, and unfortunately, heavy contact there. Will, lucky that that thing did not go over and upside down, and luckily enough, both drivers will be able to keep on battling here this evening, but both drivers with some pretty significant early damage here in this one, as 10 laps completed. Out of 70 laps, we got 60 laps left to go here this evening, man. And so far, it has been an absolutely amazing show these drivers have put on for us. As, oh man, Justice has jinxed it. Yeah, I definitely jinxed that one. We talked about there being no caution flags. We made it to the 10-lap marker. We just did not make it much farther than that. And now cautions, they tend to breed cautions. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out as Delaware file restarts here. James Ellington front row all by his lonesome, as the 20 and 21 ride will line up side by side back behind him. It is Philip Sexton and Shane Matthews now in second and third, and looking to go after this beautiful 33 machine as the TNT Racing ride down and out of corner number 4. He will see the green flag be displayed once again here this evening as our first restart of this feature event will get started. And now we start to see the mayhem, the chaos, everyone trying to slip and slide their way through there. We do see Ty Dickinson trying to battle his way back up through the carnage. Here comes Tyler Jackson. You look at Cody McCoy right in there as well, as everyone trying to race their way up towards the front. Here comes Ricky Russell and Dan Stifler, Dakota Proud right on the bottom. Everyone trying to work their way through the field here in this one, as Justin says, I got a bet for 5 total yellows. 5 total yellows. And you know what? If you would have told me at the start of the night that our feature event would start 36 drivers and that we would have, you know, a maximum of 5 caution flags, man, I would definitely say yes to that one. That is a good day at the Speedway. If we see less than that, man, I feel like it's going to be a miracle as we see a couple drivers getting tied up a little deeper in the field here. That is Cody McCoy. Turned around, pointed the wrong direction here. There's McCoy sideways, and there is our caution flag as our race leaders trying to slide through there. Oh, baby, that could have gone a whole lot worse in a quick hurry. Luckily enough, our race leader is able to slide through that. No issues, no damage, no carnage. And luckily enough, they're able to avoid getting tied up in this one. So let's take a look at it, man. Look at the chaos. Look at the mess here throughout the field, as it is the contact right in front of them. Looks like Parada getting some contact first here. Just 3-4 wide battling. This is bound to happen. We're going to see this over and over again. See if we can find the 27 ride here, or even just Cody McCoy. See this. Okay, so McCoy's kind of stuck in the middle right here. Ernest is going to work to his outside there. 4 wide coming out of corner number 2. Contact there with Parada, and unfortunately, he gets sideways the 13 right. Nowhere for him to go. Nowhere to go for the 357 of Rice either. Here comes the 33 right of Simmons in there. Going to shove the 13 up the racetrack right into the lap there of Josh Peacock. Nowhere to go for Peacock to go. Nowhere to go for the 45 of Stephen Burrow as they all get tied together. They end up into the outside fence and turned around. Heavy damage there for all 3 drivers to see Burrow up into that outside fence, and unfortunately, pretty solid contact, pretty solid damage there as our second caution flag of the day will be displayed, and that means we'll get ready now for another restart. We'll stack them up, we'll rack them up, and we'll get ready to set them back loose here this evening. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Make sure you guys jump in the comment section right now. Let us know who you're cheering for, who you want to see up in victory lane here this evening as we'll get ready to set them back loose. We'll get ready to go back to battle here in this one. As Dan Hump, Dan, welcome to the Peacemaker family. Hitting that subscribe button, becoming a brand new member of the Peacemaker family here today over on YouTube. As here we go, back to Green Flag Racing as the 33 ride gets another good launch, another good start. Is James Ellington out in front, Jeremy Sexton now up and into position number 2. And for Sexton, looking for redemption after coming home bridesmaid last season for our championship. He's hoping to get off to a hot start here at the dirt track in Charlotte, hoping to try to pick up a big win or potentially just a good solid finish en route to potentially trying to battle for that championship once again this season. Last season's champion, Tyler Jackson, trying to work his way back up towards the front here. You see him rolling that inside lane. We know T-Jack is one of those drivers that tends to always likes to kind of run that inside groove, try to save as much tire for late in this race. And as of right now, just sticking true to that inside groove, and it's been working out for him. He's now up 12 positions and up in inside the top 10 now as you look at Ty Dickinson rolling the outside lane. Oh, baby, Sweet T is on a march back towards the front here. His Sweet T back up inside the top 10. He's in the battle here, right in the thick of it. He's got Jeremy Vaughn, Tyler Jackson. That is the 7X rider, Jacob Stefanski, right there in the thick of it here. They got the 42, Nathan Trepo, right there in the battle. It's out in front. It's James Ellington continuing to lead the way. Ellington out in front as the TNT Racing ride continues to lead this feature event, and down across the line, he will complete lap number 20 here this evening. So 20 laps down, 50 laps left to go for these amazing dirt street stock drivers as he's got a pair of Cocky Floyd Consulting Doghouse Racing rides right there with him. As look out, contact between the 2020 as Jeremy Sexton using a little bit of the fender to work his way up and into the top spot. Unfortunately for James Ellington, now going to have to try to battle his way back to the race lead as Jeremy Sexton jumps out in front there just for a little bit. We'll see if Ellington can work his way back to the point here this evening. Unfortunately, may not be in that preferred lane now, that preferred groove, moving up to that outside fence. And it's really starting to roll. These drivers are really starting to find that extra gear, rolling that outside lane. And you do see Marco's Pace able to work his way now up and into position number 2. So unfortunately for Ellington, he falls back into third as Philip Sexton there in position number 4. Jeremy Akins rounding out our top 5 with Nathan Trepo there in 6th. Tyler Ryan up and into 7th as Ty Dickinson, Jeremy Vaughn, and Tyler Jackson rounding out our top 10 as T-Jack trying to work his way up towards the front. Here comes Jacob Stefanski up 18 positions. Jacob Sexton up 22 spots from where he started. Started back in 34th. Now sits in that 12th spot on the speedway. Dan Stifler, Evan Monaghan, Jackie Whaley, Tim Taylor, Cody Ernest, Dakota Proud, Cameron Stefanski, and Jonathan Wiley round out our top 20. Jay Marivis, Ricky Russell, Evan Stefanski, Ryan Howard, Easton Reiner, Chad Puderbo, Stephen Burrow, Jason Calhoun, and Will Hargraves, who we saw battling for the race lead, ended up getting tied up there in a battle for that second and third position. Went around, went to the rear of the field, rounding out our top 30 here so far this evening. Shane Matthews, Derek Rice, Chris Peralta, Josh Peacock, Cody McCoy, and unfortunately for Josh Patterson, still one lap down out there on the racetrack. Patterson scored back in that 36th position as there are fights all around the racetrack. Everybody in a battle here of their own, trying to work their way a little closer towards the front of the field, trying to hang on to their race cars and hoping that they can keep themselves pointed in the right direction direction as these drivers, man, putting on an absolutely incredible race for us. As KJ Fulmer says Peacock needs to get on the wheel tonight. Yes, he definitely needs to get onto the wheel. Definitely needs to get up on top of it and try to work his way towards the front as Peacock still deeper in the pack here. Unfortunately, scored back in that 34th position. Peacock just trying to, maybe get his toes a little bit wet here this evening. We didn't see him for heat races, so started at the back of the pack and just been kind of hanging out there in this one. As Amy Stefanski, what's good, Amy? Amy says, get it, Stefanski, boys, as Mama Bear says, come on, Ty Dickinson, cheering on Sweet Tea here this evening. As Jeremy Sexton, though, continues to lead the way with Marco's pace there in second. James Ellington back in that third position. Philip Sexton in fourth as we do see Evan Monaghan potentially running into some issues here. Monaghan down into the infield. Unfortunately, no caution flag. He'll get rolling, and that will slide him back into the 35th position out there on the racetrack. Heartbreaker there for Evan Monaghan after such a great season last year, just not getting off to a great start here in season 22 of the Wednesday night street fights. As Jeremy Sexton, Marco's pace 1 and 2, but here comes another caution flag as Derek Rice, unfortunately, going to run into some problems of his own, and that will bring out our third caution flag of the day as the 357 ride. Running some issues here. Let's take a look. He's got Jason Calhoun to his outside. That's Parada right there behind him. Sends it into the corner, and it looks like the 27 going to get in there a little too far. Runs into the back end of that 357. Sideways on the racetrack. Drivers coming right at him there. iRacing throws that caution flag, and that will bring us back to another yellow where we're going to stack these drivers up, man. This is going to get interesting because now, we saw our front three really kind of opening up a bit of a lead, a bit of an advantage here for Jeremy Sexton, Marco's pace, James Ellington, even some of the other drivers that were single file. When you look at, Philip Sexton and Jeremy Akins, it's going to bring all these drivers right back to their rear bumper, and that could mean some of these cats that have been saving a little bit of tire, maybe hanging back a little bit, maybe just trying to keep, a little something here for midway through this race to kind of start to push towards the front. If they start to fall back or they run into issues, these guys are a lot closer to take advantage of that, and that could just, snowball into more major issues for these drivers towards the front. So you got to make sure you keep yourself out of issues, out of problems, and try to keep your car pointed in the right direction here on these restarts as Jeremy Sexton will get ready as our race leader to take control here and looking to try to keep these guys back at bay, as I do believe we're going to see Josh Peacock. He ends up making a pit stop. We did see Monaghan, luckily enough, able to rejoin the field and get back into the battle as we stack them up, rack them up, ready to rocking and rolling here once again as, Delaware file restarts here, ladies and gentlemen. Our race leader, front row all by himself there, door to door, about, 17, 18 rows deep here, back behind him as here we go, ready to rumble, ready to duke it out once again. Is a great restart there for the Sexton Peyton Body Doghouse Racing teammates as, oh man, it's going to get tight right here. Pace is on the back bumper of Sexton. My gosh, that was a whole lot closer than I think they had drawn up as Jeremy Sexton trying to continue to hold on to the race lead there. Teammate Marco's pace right on his back bumper there, almost caused another caution flag as James Ellington sticks in that third position. Philip Sexton there in fourth as Jeremy Sexton and Jeremy Vaughn now going to duke it out for position number 5 and 6 as Nathan Trepo and that Sweet Tea Gang ride the E&D Farms, Papa Mike Promotions, the Mama Bear Machine of Ty Dickinson in a battle here with Nathan Trepo in that 8 ride of Tyler Jackson for position number 7. And for T-Jack, started deeper in the field, has been navigating his way towards the front, and for last season's champion, picking up a lot of ground, gaining a lot of positions. We'll have to wait and see if he's got something in store. We've seen him down low on that bottom groove for majority of this race, but now kind of rolling that outside outside lane. Does he got a little extra something left in his back pocket? And now here comes, oh, contact, look out, there goes Sweet Tea. Ty Dickinson is around, no caution flag as he's in the infield, able to rejoin the rear of the field, and heartbreaker here for Ty Dickinson in a battle inside the top 10. Contact between him and I do believe it was the 7X of Mr. Jacob Stefanski, and I believe the 47 of Tyler Ryan. Let's take another look back at it, see what happens here. Is there just 3 wide, a little contact there, and unfortunately for Ty Dickinson, all that contact to his rear bumper just kind of pushes him around, and unfortunately pointed the wrong way down through the infield. Will go to the rear of the field. No caution flag, though. We keep it clean and green as we continue to battle. Is out in front, Jeremy Sexton. Marcos Pace just setting sail here, looking to try to pull away from the rest of the field, hoping to see this stay clean and green, but it will not stay that way as the caution flag will come back out. Great break for Ty Dickinson as he'll be able to reel in the field, but for the 7 of Easton Riedner, unfortunately, looks like he's going to have some problems here. Let's take a look and see what happens. That brings out what, our 4th caution flag now? 4th caution flag, 5th caution flag now? I don't know what we're at now. Justin, what are we at, brother? As the 7 ride sends it in there, big slide job up in front of Shane Matthews, gets into the fence, 21 gets into him. As they get time together, he goes around, nowhere to go for Ryan Howard. A big hit there for him, and then you do see Cody McCoy. He's going to end up getting tied up into it as well. He's going to go for a quick loop-de-loop, but that will bring us back under the yellow flag here in this one. So another caution flag, another restart on the horizon, and for these drivers, another opportunity to try to find their way to the front of the field, man. As this has been a hell of a show, chat. These guys have been really duking it out. This has been absolutely insane. As Justin says, 4th flag. I was too hopeful. Yeah, a little too hopeful. I mean, I don't know. You said 5 total yellows, so I mean, maybe it's a little too early. Maybe we only get 1 more. I don't know, man. We're going to have about, 30 laps left to go here in this feature event. Only see 1 more yellow as this place continues to get slicker and slicker as the tires continue to fall off. The aggression continues to rise for all these drivers. You got to assume we're going to have more than 1 more, but these guys are the best of the best. They are some of the best dirt street shock drivers in iRacing, and they're showing you why, man. I figure we would have saw a lot more than 4 by this point. Having 4, an average of 1 caution per 10 laps, I mean, is pretty dang good. I mean, even if we finish the night with 7, with 36 drivers taking the green flag, I will take that every day of the week. As Jeremy Sexton will see that green flag fly once again, another great start for the Mad Dog himself as he's looking to keep this 2020 out in front as his teammate Marcos Pace follows in line, but contact, look out, James Ellington. Oh, brother, he almost shot down to the infield right there. Luckily enough, able to hang on to it, able to keep on rolling, but it's going to bring Tyler Jackson, Jeremy Vaughn right into the battle here as we see Jeremy Akins jump up and into position number 3 now. Ellington trying to battle back into it as they continue to battle 2, 3, 4 wide out there on the racetrack. Everyone putting together an absolute epic show as we see 1 driver up and into the outside fence. I do believe that is the 88 of Cody Ernest. Hard contact there to the outside wall, and now we're going to see him stack up here. That's definitely going to bring out another caution flag here, and unfortunately, upside down goes Ricky Russell. Russell on his lid. He's turtled here in corner number 1 and 2. That will put us back under the yellow flag here this evening. So another caution flag here in this one as it looks like Jason Calhoun. A bunch of these drivers, they're trying to avoid the 88 ride as it looks like maybe contact right at the get-go for that 88 machine. Cody Ernest, maybe already some damage here. Looks like front end damage. Unfortunately washes up the racetrack. Now they're 3-4 wide here, and it looks like Calhoun gonna make contact with Peacock. They're gonna get bouncing off each other. He's gonna go around, and now everyone else starts to stack up, seeing this happen in front of them, and it looks like it may start with Ricky Russell, the first driver to kind of get checked up right here. He sees the mayhem. He sees the carnage that's unfolding right in front of him, and you see Sweet T's getting checked up. Unfortunately, the 13 rider Cody McCoy can't see quite that far in front. He runs to the back of the 60. 67, which pushes Ty up and into the 21. Nowhere to go for Parada, nowhere to go for the 4X of Ryan Howard. They all just kind of get piled in the outside fence, and eventually the 21 ride ends up turned around and upside down here in corner number 1 and 2. Let's see if we can jump on board here with Ricky Russell, see what he can see here from the cockpit of this 21 ride. As he heads down through corner number 3 and 4, you know, everything's looking good. They're battling hard. Now we start to see that contact. They're stacking up. There's the car around. He's checked up, and then bam, just keeps getting pile drove up into the outside fence, and eventually there he goes, upside down, and unfortunately Turtle right there has to tow that car down pit side and off the racing surface, as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here in this one. As, oh baby, after our 5th caution flag, Justin, is not looking so good for you, brother, as here we go back to battle here at Charlotte, as quickly the 2020 of Jeremy Sexton out in front, getting another good start, another good restart. This is exactly what he needs to do to try to keep himself at the front of the field throughout the rest of this feature event, as Marcos Pace, Jeremy Akins sit there in 2nd and 3rd. James Ellington trying to hang on to 4th, as here comes Philip Sexton. Jeremy Vaughn right there in the thick of it. He's trying to roll that inside lane, trying to work his way up inside the top 5. Here comes Tyler Jackson. Tyler Ryan's right there as well. Here comes Jacob Stefanski now inside the top 10. Here comes Jacob Sexton, who started back in 34th, now inside the top 10, up 24 positions here in this one. As Justin says, it's a good thing I don't bet money on any sports, laugh out loud. Yeah, that's a good thing right there. Good thing, brother. I mean, you might hit right now. You might hit if it stays clean and green throughout the rest of this race. It may hit, but one more caution flag and your parlay is bust, unfortunately. But for right now, it is clean and green, and you are sitting in the money. You just got to hope it stays clean for the next 23 laps of racing action. That was caution number 6. No, that was caution number 5, brother. I do believe that's what the overlay said. Was caution number 5. May have been... No, I believe that was caution number 5. We'll wait and see. If there is another yellow, the banner will tell us there in the top left. It shows what caution number it is, as I believe it said 5th caution there for the last yellow. As here we go. Jeremy Sexton, Marcos Pace 1 and 2. Jeremy Akins there in 3rd, as James Ellington there in 4th. And there's the caution flag. And unfortunately, there it is. Yeah, the 6th caution here this evening. So our 6th caution flag of the day for these drivers. And unfortunately, Justin, my boy, you got it wrong. You got it wrong. There it goes, as Cody Sanderson says, Wiley back there mixing it up, man. Everybody is mixing it up, man. This has been just a absolute mix of an afternoon for all these drivers, and unfortunately, another caution flags. It looks like Jackie Whaley, Chan Puderbo, Easton Riedner all getting tied up here in this one. Let's take a look at it, as I do believe it's going to start somewhere around with Jackie Whaley, as Whaley's already turned sideways here. Let's take a look at it. He's got Wiley to his outside. That's Simmons there to his inside. They make contact on corner exit. Unfortunately, just kind of stuck in the middle right there in between a Wiley and Simmons sandwich. Gets bounced around, nose up into the outside fence, gets turned sideways, nowhere to go for Chad Puderbo, and then, again, they all just pile in there, and look at the 47 ride. Oh, man. Heavy hits right there. Whaley's going to take, Whaley's going to take it right down pit side here. But this was a crazy flip here for Jackie Whaley in this 47 machine. The 304 Roots ride. It's kind of getting bounced around there. Nose into the fence sideways. And then here comes traffic as... Oh, man, up into the fence and then rolling over probably about 3-4 times right there. Crazy ride for Jackie Whaley. See if we can jump on board with him here. See what he can see down the front straightaway, as this was definitely a fun ride, a scary ride. But, man, this was a crazy one here in this one. As no stress, Haas, no stress. No issues, no issues. As here we go. There's the contact into the fence, and then this is what you see. Just nothing but, you know, another 24 drivers headed right at you, and boy, oh boy. Dizzy after that one, man. Might have to take a Tums or something, man. That was a crazy wreck. Unfortunately, that was a crazy ride for Whaley as we go back to green flag racing. Another great restart there for Jeremy Sexton. Jeremy Sexton getting another good restart, man. It looks to be potentially his race to lose now with only 20 laps left to go. 20 laps left to go here in this one as we'll jump into a quick PeaceMaker Gaming. Crank it up, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers as we crank it up here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Alrighty, a beautiful crank it up session as the laps continue to click down and we inch closer and closer to our first checkered flag on the season. As out in front, continue to lead the way, it is Jeremy Sexton out in front as these drivers continue to duke it out all throughout the field, trying to get every last position they can before that checkered flag is displayed. As Jeremy Sexton continues to lead the way, Marco's Pace right there with him in second as T-Jack Tyler Jackson looking to try to take over position number 3. It took him a little while to get there, but T-Jack finally in the mix here at the front of the field, looking to try to put himself back up on the podium and trying to defend his championship from last season. As he works his way around Jeremy Aikens, you do see Jacob Stefanski, Tyler Ryan, Jeremy Vaughn right there in the thick of it as here comes Cameron Stefanski up inside the top 10. Jacob Sexton's there as well as Dakota Proud now rounding out our top 10 here on the Speedway as these drivers continue to put on an absolute epic show, man. It is a slugfest back there deeper through the field. These drivers are trying to find every single inch they can. There's no backing down. There's no giving up. They're on the throttle and they're looking to try to steal every position they can before we see that checkered flag fly. As we do see Will Hargrave trying to work his way back up towards the front of the field here. Same with James Ellington, who's just trying to hang on here as the pole sitter, the 33 Ryan, who was out in front, who led the majority of the first half of this race. The TNT Racing Ryan now sitting just outside of our top 10. Now scored back in that 13th position as Evan Stefanski, Hargraves right there with them. Here comes Jim Rivas as well as Jim up and into that 15th position, but out in front, it's still all Jeremy Sexton with only 5 more laps left to go. Jeremy Sexton looking for the checkered flag as T-Jack up against the fence right there. Luckily enough, no damage, able to keep on battling, but he's looking to reel in our front 2 drivers. It's one thing to catch them, it's another thing to make the move around them. Will Tyler Jackson have enough time? Will he be able to steal a win away here from the Cocky Floyd Consulting Doghouse Racing Rides, sitting 1 and 2 out there on the speedway as Jeremy nice and easy down and out at corner number 4. He will see only 3 more laps left to go. Will we see a late race caution flag that could potentially change the entire outcome of this race as Jeremy Sexton, Marcos Pace, Tyler Jackson, he is there. He's continuing to roll that outside lane as Jeremy and Pace continue to roll more of that slide job lane as 2 laps left to go for all these drivers. They're just hoping that they can see the white flag flying here. They want to see this white flag flying. They do not want to see a caution flag here with only about half a lap left to go from that white flag as they head down into corner number 3. Nice and easy down and out at corner number 4. It's Jeremy Sexton who will see the white flag fly. 1 more lap left here in our season opener of the 22nd season of the Wednesday night street fights here with the Dirt Warrior Racing League. As for the final time, down into 3, nice and easy out of corner number 4, it is Jeremy Sexton who will pick up the checkered flag and win our opening race of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here as Jeremy Sexton picks up the dub and parks the Mad Dog Cocky Floyd Consulting Sexton Paint and Body Doghouse Racing number 2020 ride up and into victory lane here this evening, man. What a run, what a race, and what a show that these drivers just put on for us, man. That was an absolute slugfest, and these guys duked it out for 70 laps of non-stop, nail-biting racing action, fender to fender slugfest here this evening as we see our top 3 out there on this speedway, man, as Jeremy Sexton, Marcos Pace, and last season's champion Tyler Jackson round out our top 3, man. What a race, what a show, and what a performance that they just put on for us, man. That was a ton of fun. That was an absolutely amazing race that these drivers just gave us, man. If you guys enjoyed that racing action, make sure you guys do us a favor before we pull our top 3 in for post-race interviews. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the stream for us, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button right now. Make sure you become part of the PeaceMaker family today. Turn those bell notifications on. That way you never miss it when we go green flag racing here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Man, what an absolute show that was, man. That was a ton of fun as we'll get ready to pull our race winner here for the first time this season up and into the broadcast booth. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for Jeremy Sexton as we'll pull him up and in to the booth right now for the win here this evening. Hey Jeremy, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Not too bad. Jeremy, man, what a run, what a race, and what a performance here this evening, man. Take us back through it as that was an absolute dogfight, right from the drop of the green flag down to the checkered flag, and somehow or another you're able to navigate your way up towards the front. You're able to make that move to get around not only a couple of your teammates, but also able to get in front of that 33 of James Ellington. Once you got that race lead, there was no looking back as you just kept your teammate back there at bay, kept the rest of the field from taking advantage of some of those restarts, and you're able to find the first victory here in Season 22 of the Wednesday Night Street Fights.
Yeah, man, definitely a big relief to get a win because these are hard to come by in this deal. And especially with 35 people in here tonight. I know Jim, I guess, made a mistake and you're only supposed to have 25, but it took everybody. But yeah, it was definitely fun. I hate it, Philip kind of got in a tangle there. I don't exactly know what happened. From where I was at, looked like maybe Hargreaves didn't know he was on his outside, and they got together, damaged his car, and then I got to the lead. Marco's behind me, and he just pretty much followed me. He's not going to be able to race for points, so he basically like, look, I'm not going to, not even going to try to press it. So I got to definitely, give him a big thank you for that because he could have easily made me race harder for it.
Yeah, definitely could have tried to make some moves there, but it was a big risk as you started to see late in this race in those closing 10 laps that Tyler Jackson had worked his way up in the third, and he was reeling you guys in and trying to make a couple moves there late in this race. And luckily enough, you kind of had that buffer with your teammate Marco's kind of right there to keep T-Jack back there at bay. As it looks like maybe again this season going to be another battle week after week between you and that 8 ride, and many more of these amazing drivers that came up and showed up here this evening with some incredible runs.
Yeah, T-Jack's always going to be, somebody to have to compete with for sure. I hate that Hennigan's got college and he can't race this season too much. Um, Marco's being in Australia, it's morning time for him, and he is taking an apprenticeship for an electrician. So we were actually just chit chatting, joking about moving him over here so he could race with us more. And last time we looked, we had like 1.5 on Tyler, and then somebody in Discord was like, "Hey, you might want to step on it because he catching you in a hurry." So because we was just trying not to push hard at first, because I know running the top like that so hard on tires, and we ran here Monday, and T-Jack put an absolute whooping on us. So I knew he'd be tough in the long run. Just thankful to be able to get the win, and like I say, can't thank Marcos enough for helping me out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's teamwork that makes the dream work, and here tonight, you guys are able to come home 1-2 here this evening, man. It was a great race and an entertaining one, man. Even though we took everybody, we had 36 drivers out there. Man, it was a heck of a show. I think only what 6 or 7 caution flags. Honestly, not too bad with the amount of drivers out there and how slick this racetrack was. And I don't know if you obviously know Mears, but I don't know if you've taken a look at the replays yet, but they were 3, 4, 5 wide at times out there on the racetrack, beating and banging and battling there behind you.
No, I hadn't watched it yet, but I can only imagine because this track races from top to bottom. And honestly, I figured we'd have a caution about every 5 laps. So that's doing pretty well, in my opinion. I know Jim wasn't happy, like 4 of them wasn't claimed or something. But I think one of those somebody did claim and he didn't hear it because I could have swore somebody claimed it. But either way, I think it was good. There's a lot of new guys in here and stuff. So hopefully this season, carry on with good car counts the whole season and not fall off.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we can continue to have these, 36, 40 cars every single Wednesday night showing up and putting on an incredible battles like we saw here tonight, whether it's through our heat races or through the Consis and then into this feature event, man. It's going to be an amazing night every single night, and hopefully we see everyone continue to come back, continue to get better and faster, and continue to put on more and more amazing shows. But here tonight, man, you were the show. Out in front, able to hit those restarts perfectly, keep your teammate right there behind you as you come home with another win here in your Dirt Warrior Racing League career as you park the 2020 up and into victory lane here for our season opener. Jeremy, who'd you like to thank for another great race and incredible run here this afternoon?
First and foremost, thank God, my wife for dealing with me on here. We've actually had COVID this last week, so man, it's took a whooping on us. Probably the worst I've ever had it. Um, Everybody in the kennel, Jacob, Philip, Marcus, Derek Rice, Steven Stokes, Seth, JC, Jordan Gage, all the guys with Cocky Floyd. James Ellington's been running a little bit with us. Just everybody that turns laps with us and has the same passion that we do, I guess, and enjoys hopping on here and spending our extra time and having fun.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the main thing right there. Having fun, enjoying your time on the simulator, and being able to just jump out here and put on an amazing race. And obviously, it gets a whole lot funner when you're able to park yourself up and into victory lane. Jeremy, congratulations on the win here this evening and a hot start here to season 22 of the Wednesday night street fights. And we can't wait to see what you guys got in store for us next Wednesday and see if you can try to make it two in a row and put this 2020 ride right back up here and into victory lane.
Thank you. I definitely like Lincoln, so it'll be a fun one. And also, I forgot Josh Patterson for the wraps. If anybody needs a wrap, he does super good work at half the price of everybody else. I highly recommend him. He's doing all of our stuff now, and as you can tell, he does good work. And Jim and everybody for the league and you for the broadcast.
Absolutely, brother. Always my pleasure being able to come here and watch and enjoy the battles that you guys produce here on a weekly basis. Jeremy, congrats on the win. We'll see you back here next Wednesday and see if you can try to jump right back up here into the broadcast booth.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
You do. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for our race winner, Mr. Jeremy Sexton. As Sexton picks up the dub and parks the 2020 up and into victory lane. As we'll get ready now to pull in our second place finisher, it's the 47 ride of Marcos Pace. Let's get Marcos up here into the booth. Hey Marcos, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy?
Yeah, you got me.
Marco's brother from down under. How are you this afternoon, man, after another incredible race? And great showing here for you and the Doghouse Racing team as you're able to park that 47 here in position number 2, man. Take us back through it. What's going through your mind?
Well, actually, it's nice to be back up here. It's been a while since I've been up here with you. Haven't actually been racing a lot recently, but it's good to run well and be up here with you. So yeah, but yeah, started off, got a good pill draw on the heat, which was, I mean, it wasn't bad, mid pack, and ended up getting second in the heat, so that was good. Car felt good in the heat race, and then yeah, just started off the fourth row in the feature, and yeah, just slowly started to work my way past cars on the top. Top was yeah really dominant tonight. The bottom never really come in like it does sometimes, but oh well, that happens. Yeah, just the way the track evolves. But yeah, we got I think me and Jeremy were 2 and 3 there for a little bit, and then he was throwing sliders on James, and then he got to the lead, and I just followed him through, and then yeah, was happy to just stay behind him for the rest of the race because I'm not gonna be in the championship battle this season, unfortunately. But yeah, so I thought, why not just help my teammate out and yeah, just like it would have been nice to win. Don't get me wrong, but that's why you're a part of a team to work as a team. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Teamwork makes the dream work, and Jeremy brought that up about how you're starting an apprenticeship for an electrician, which is great, man. We love to hear that, and obviously not being able to show up every single morning to be able to, race with us because you're in what, Queensland, aren't you? So you're pretty much, I don't even know what time is it for you right now. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning.
No,
No, it's
it's
gonna be like
12:30.
12:30.
12:30.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
midday. I mean, unless if you
Yeah.
can get away every day from work to be able to come on your lunch break. I mean, even then, I don't think you'd have enough time. You'd have to get like an hour and a half, 2 hours to be able to jump in here and do it. So it obviously doesn't make sense for you, and which sucks because you can't battle for that championship. But man, it was obviously a great teamwork and great veteran move, letting Jeremy kind of win there. And at the same point in time, you kind of played a little devil's advocate with last season's champion that beat your teammate for that championship, Tyler Jackson, at least one extra spot back there behind him, which gave at least Jeremy that extra point here early on in the season over his, counterpart here for potentially this championship.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We knew T-Jack was starting deep, but we know how good he is and how good he gets through cars. He's one of the best at it. So we knew it was only a matter of time until he got up here with us. And then, yeah, right at the end, we were just chatting and we hadn't actually realized how close he was to us. And I'm like, Jeremy, we got to go, man. We got to go. Stop saving. We got to go. So was like the last 3 laps probably. I saw T-Jack was half a second behind me, and I'm like, oh, we got to go. I got to make this car as wide as I can, so he can't pass. Cause yeah, just trying to help him out, trying to yeah get him points on T-Jack for the championship. Cause I know it's not going to be easy considering how just like T-Jack's so quick and so consistent. It's really hard to beat him, especially in a championship battle. Like he might not win every feature race, but at the end of the day, he's a real like he's always going to be a championship contender because of how consistently quick he is. So it was good to just get that buffer over him, and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting that early buffer here in race number 1 of the season, man. And it was another great race and great performance here for you and the team as we saw, obviously, Phillip up there. We saw Jacob Sexton work his way from deep in the field. Actually, our hard charger on the day up 26 positions from 34th to 8th out there on the racetrack. So for the Doghouse Racing team coming in, showing up here week number 1 of this season, man. And you come home in second, helping your teammate Jeremy Sexton find victory lane. Marcos, who would you like to thank for another incredible race and another incredible run here this afternoon?
Like to start off by thanking Jim for giving us a place to race. Great league, one of the best. So big credit to him. Obviously all the guys in the kennel and Cocky Floyd, JC Floyd, Jeremy and everyone that's welcomed me into this team. It's been an amazing, like, probably 3/4 of a year that I've got to spend with them, and made relationships that'll last a lifetime. So try and stay in touch with them even after I start my job. So awesome group of guys. Love them. And hopefully when I turn 21, sometime after I turn 21, I'll come over and I'll shout them a beer. So we'll get that done one day in the future. But big up to those boys for welcoming me into the team, and just amazing group of guys. And obviously you for broadcasting it. Always do a good job. Always love going back and watching it, and yeah, never never a bad race that you broadcast. So yeah, and just thank everyone that makes this, all the drivers that are a part of this league. And I know Jim messed up a little bit with the format, but to have 36 guys on the track was pretty cool. I know we had some cautions, which was unfortunate, but it was still pretty cool to have 36 cars on the track, and just see the dedication that everyone has to come back week after week and run around with everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely. The dedication is a big thing. Hopefully we continue to have, a lot of these guys showing up and even more drivers joining and becoming part of these shows and putting on some great races like we saw here this evening. But man, it was a great outcome for you and the team as you come home in second. Jeremy there in front of you, coming home in that top spot, winning the race, man. Marcos, congrats on a hell of a performance, hell of a race, man, and hopefully, you have a great apprenticeship and you learn lots and, get that ticket, become a nice electrician, and hopefully every once in a while, if you get a Wednesday off or any of these other nights that we're on, putting on some of these shows, whether it's Fridays or Saturdays or something, we can hopefully get you in there and see you out there again on the racetrack.
Yeah, hopefully I can get some time off and maybe get one odd race in there every now and again. But if not, and I know I got one more shot next week to be up here again and have a chat with you. But after next week, that'll probably be it. So if this is the last time I end up talking to you, it's been fun. It's been a journey, and thanks to everybody that's made it possible.
Absolutely, brother. And it's been a hell of a ride, man. It's great to see you, from where you started to where you are now and how good that 47 ride is, man. It sucks to see it go, but, man, it's always great to see you guys, moving on to, maybe bigger and better things. And obviously always having that ability to maybe come back in the future, get back into it every once in a while. And we can't wait to hopefully talk to you again in the future and you continue to battle here next week and throughout, maybe it's next year or 2 years from now. Who knows when? But I'm sure we'll see you back here in iRacing and duking it out with these guys.
Yeah, I hope so.
Or at least, hey, you know what? You can always come back and rewatch them and enjoy them. I mean, obviously, it's what 12:30, so I mean, by the time these are done, for you, I mean, you can go back and rewatch the races, jump into the comments section and everything else, after the fact, and enjoy, a little. I guess it'd be what Thursday afternoon broadcast for
Yeah.
yourself to be able to watch and enjoy.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be good. Yeah, I won't be a part of it, but still be there watching it.
Beauty. We love to hear that, brother. Well, Marcos, enjoy another great run, another great drive here this evening. We hope to see you back up here, maybe one spot better and into victory lane yourself next Wednesday.
Sounds good.
Absolutely enjoy the rest of your night.
You too.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher, Marcos Pace. Man, sucks to hear that he's gonna be stepping away, not getting too many races in, but man, we love to hear that he's doing something good. Becoming a part of the electrician board. I don't know what they call it there in Queensland, but obviously, becoming an electrician, getting that ticket, and doing some incredible things there, man. We love to see, some of the young pups, finding their way in life, and obviously it sucks to see them not being able to enjoy iRacing as much every single week, but always love to see these guys, stepping up in their life, and we love to see that for Marcos, and hopefully we'll get him back in here next Wednesday, have at least one more chat with them, or at least, hopefully we can get him out here for a few other races, throughout the rest of his life, as we'll get Marcos Pace. Unfortunately, one more time this season for his teammates, that's a tough loss, and for us, it's a tough loss as a tough competitor out there on the racetrack, not being able to duke it out week after week, but we do have another driver that is a very tough competitor week after week waiting here in the Discord. Let's pull in our third place finisher, last season's champion, Tyler Jackson. Hey, Tyler, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth to get a copy.
Hey, what's up, Aaron?
Not much. T-Jack, man, another good run, another good race for you. Obviously ran into some issues throughout your heat race. Ended up having to start deep in the field here this evening, but slowly but surely, after starting back in that 20th position, you work your way up inside the top 10. You start to inch inside that top 5. And then late in this race, after that final restart, we see you being able to jump up, make the move up and into that third position. And then all of a sudden, you just start to hunt down Marcos Pace and Jeremy Sexton. Unfortunately, it was one thing to catch them, it was another thing to get around them, and just not enough time for you to try to battle and try to duke it out here for the race win this evening. But a very solid top 3 performance for last season's champion, man. It's got to feel good to at least be able to, click this one off as a top 3 performance.
Yeah, the heat race. We got a good pill draw, which I felt pretty good about, and then we got stuck 3 wide pretty much right on lap 1 or 2, and then ended up having some contact with a guy sliding up, and I was kind of cutting down, and that just killed our heat. And with no B mains, we didn't have a chance to gain any more positions for our starting spot. So kind of killed us with no B mains. Probably could have started, maybe a couple rows higher, 2 or 3 rows might have made a big difference. And then, yeah, the feature was just a mess. I think I got in about 3 accidents. I actually can't believe the car was handling as good as it was. I don't know. Normally, when you get damage here at Charlotte, it kills your aero. But I saw Marcos didn't even have a front bumper, so he was running good. And so I knew that really wasn't an issue. And yeah, it just took a long time to get clear to third. And once we got to third, I could run the groove I wanted up on the wall in 1 and 2, and then kind of a diamond line in 3 and 4, or slider line, I mean. And yeah, we caught those guys pretty quick. I thought we had more laps. I thought I had like 5 more laps, and I looked down and it was like 3 to go, and just kind of knew with both of them running, with 2 of them, it was going to be hard to do anything with both of them. If it was just one guy, we probably could have made it a little more interesting. I think we had the car, the fastest car at the end for sure, but just one of those nights, luck was not on our side, and lucky to get third. But I already looked at the points; we're already 15 points down with the way he changed up, the bonus points. So we'll see if there's any penalties. I don't know. seemed like there's got to be some penalties somewhere because I was dodging cars left and right.
Yeah, there was a lot of chaos out there. Obviously, starting 36 drivers is a tough thing to do, but man, we only saw, what, 6 caution flags throughout the night, which is, pretty impressive. I thought we were going to see a lot more starting 36, but man, it was a hell of a show. 2 wide, 3 wide, 4, 5 wide. You were right there in the middle of it through a lot of the early portion of this race, and even later on as well, trying to navigate your way through that final, top 10, top 5 area. And man, it was just a dogfight right from the drop of the green flag down to the checkered flag. And you guys put on an absolute amazing show for us here this evening.
Yeah, if we could have got to third, maybe, I don't know, a handful of laps sooner, probably would have, maybe we could have door banged them or something there at the end. I mean, I almost got Marcos in the last corner. I was actually surprised I got as close as I did to both of them. But yeah, just took a lot. Just took a lot from the car getting up to third, and yeah, a couple more laps. I told Jim to make these laps 100 races, and he just didn't listen to me.
Well, I think 100 laps would have been a lot of fun, especially seeing how this one played out. But man, it would have been very, very interesting to see how the tire wear would have looked after another 30 laps. These guys were just trying to hang on to their cars, trying to keep pointing the right direction. Man, that was a ton of fun to watch here this evening as T-Jack, you back up your championship here this season, and you start off on a pretty decent note, being able to gain 17 positions and round out our podium here this evening at the dirt track at Charlotte. Man, who'd you like to thank for another great race and great run here tonight?
Yeah, all the guys at DWR. Jim's going to be busy this week. I know. He's got a lot of unclaimed cautions, and I've sounded like there's some guys wall riding, hitting the right front a little bit, and yeah, so he'll have a busy week, and so we got to thank him for all he does, and parents for watching, friends and family that watch, anyone that watched tonight. We had a pretty good field there. That B main hiccup kind of sucks because it's like you really can't cut the guys from starting down to 24, and it was just unfortunate situation. But yeah, we'll be back. Got a lot of speed in the car this season. I feel spent a lot of time doing time attacks and tuning on my wheel settings, and feel like we actually have a lot of speed for once instead of just waiting for people to make mistakes and trying to capitalize. So if we can have that much speed at the end of all the races, I think we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the big thing. Being there at the end, keeping yourself in it for the long haul, and continuing to just click off these podiums en route to trying to win another championship here in the Dirt Warrior Racing League. Hey, Jack, congrats on the third place run here this evening, and we can't wait to see you in action again next Wednesday night.
Yeah, congrats to Jeremy on the win and Marcos for second. And it was good to see a lot of these names that haven't been around for a while. The Stefanskis and, some of those guys, and Josh Peacock, some of these names I haven't seen in a long time. So it was good they came out. And yeah, hopefully we can keep it, 30 something strong for a while. I'm sure there's going to be some guys mad with penalties, and it is what it is. It's just part of running a league, and hopefully everybody comes back, whether you get a penalty or you don't, and just come back next Wednesday and then have some more fun.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what it's all about right there. Having some fun, enjoying the time on the sim, and just enjoying some great, amazing racing here in the DWRL. And we can't wait to see you guys back in action. T-Jack, enjoy the rest of your night, and congrats again on the third place run.
All right, thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our third place finisher, Tyler Jackson, as T-Jack comes home here in position number 3. Man, heck of a run, heck of a drive there for that 8 machine. Unfortunately, though, that is going to do it for us here this evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you guys enjoyed that racing action, if you guys enjoyed the show here this evening, it's not too late and helps us out a ton. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the stream for us right now. Hit that thumbs up for us. If you guys enjoyed and loved watching these guys duke it out, every single like, every single comment helps us push out the stream as well. So even if you haven't already, make sure you jump into that comment section, say hello, cheer on your favorite driver, let them know you are watching, because these guys come back, they rewatch these races, and they love to see their fans in the stands cheering them on. So make sure you jump in through the comment section, even if you're rewatching the stream, with a comment or two, because it helps out push the stream a ton. So every like, comment, every share really helps draw in huge crowds to enjoy these amazing racing nights here on PeaceMaker Gaming. We love to keep on growing, and if you guys want to help us keep on growing, make sure, if you haven't as well, hit that subscribe button. Become a brand new member of the PeaceMaker family today. Hit the sub button right now, and turn those bell notifications on. That way you never miss it when we go green flag racing here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Man, heck of a show, heck of a race, man. We can't thank you guys enough for tuning in and showing the love here throughout the evening. As Amy Stefanski says, great race, Cam, Jake, and Evan. My boy Justin says, great race, everyone. It was def super entertaining, and that's exactly what we love, man. So entertaining. As Jeremy Vaughn says, bye Boo, taking more meds and going to bed. And more meds? What do you need meds for, Jeremy? Hopefully you're not sick or something, brother. Hopefully it's nothing major, my boy. Hopefully it's just Advil or NyQuil or something. And definitely get some NyQuil into you, man. NyQuil, it'll help you. It'll knock you up for the night. That'll put you to bed for certain, brother. But heck of a run there for Jeremy Vaughn as well. We saw Jeremy up inside the top 10, battling all evening long. So many great, talented drivers here this evening. As T-Jack was saying, seeing some of these other guys kind of making a reemergence into the series. When you look at the Stefanskis, you look at Cameron Stefanski, able to jump up into position number 4 there late in the race, getting around his, I believe his brother or his dad. I can't remember how that family works, but it's Jacob Stefanski who comes home in 5th. He's able to get around him right there at the end. So Cameron and Jake rounding out our top 5. You look back a little deeper, you saw, Evan Stefanski was right up there battling. We saw Jacob Sexton, our hard charger, come from 34th to 8th. Man, what a heck of a show here this evening. As Jeremy says, oh, we definitely sick, taking more NyQuil. Oh no, that sucks. The plague is fierce out there. Hope the meds help. Oh no, the bionic plague is out. Oh gosh, I didn't realize it was that season. Already. Well, hopefully I don't get it. We don't like being sick. We don't like being sick at all. Either flu or bronchitis. Oh. Well, hopefully it's just the flu. Bronchitis has potentially some long-lasting effects. So hopefully it's just the flu and passes by in a quick hurry there for you, Jeremy. Hopefully you sleep well. Hopefully your body, sweats it or flushes it out throughout the night. And hopefully tomorrow will be a much better and brighter day for you, man. That's never fun, man. Being sick is never fun. But, man, what is fun is watching these guys duke it out in battle night after night after night. They're going to be back here every single Wednesday for, what, I don't even know, the next 11 weeks, 12 weeks, something like that. It's something crazy for the season, and it's going to be a lot of fun. As Justin says, ain't nobody have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. No voice stinks, laugh out loud. Yeah, that would suck. No voice. And that's the part, that's the scary part about when I get sick, is that if I lose my voice or it starts to go away, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to do these broadcasts, especially when you're live pretty much every single night of the week. And now that the holiday season is over, we're back into that swing of things. So, I don't want to miss races. I don't want to be sick to do that. So, yeah, keep the sickness away from me, brother. I want to be up here in the booth to give you guys these amazing shows each and every single night of the week, man. But we can't thank you guys enough for tuning in, showing the love here all night long. Again, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up button for us, hit the like button on the stream, and make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we will catch you guys back here in the next one, man. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. Huge shout out to my boy Diabetes, my boy Mr. Justin, coming in, showing the love here this evening as well with that $2 donation, and showing the love here this evening. Any of our new subscribers, welcome to the PeaceMaker family, and we'll see you guys back here in the next one. But thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all later, man. Peace and love, ladies and gentlemen. Peace and love. Woo! What a race, what a run, what an absolutely amazing show here today.
Sun's sinking low on a workday sky, but there's a hellfire looking every driver's eye. You can hear the engine screaming from a mile away, tearing up the silence at the end of the day. Fire in the pipes and a blur in the eyes, where the clay meets the chrome and the sheet metal flies. It's a different kind of gospel, a different kind of heat, when the rubber meets the clay and the slide's complete. It's a Wednesday night street fight, hammer on the gas, tailing out and screaming, looking for the past. From the green flag drop to the checkered flags waving, it's a Wednesday night war and the dirt we're craving. No points for pretty, no room for grace, just a bit of bumper and a killer pace. Yeah, we're living for the slide and the engine roar. Wednesday night street fights, give us some more. Got a dirt track legend and a beat up Chevy and a rookie kid that's right foot heavy. He's searching on the high side, looking for some grip. One wrong move and he's gonna let it slip. He's leaning on the cushion, bouncing off the wall. You gotta have the guts if you're gonna have it all. Let the sparks fly high, let the header scream. Everything you got for that dirt track dream. It's a Wednesday night street fight, hammer on the gas, tailing out and screaming, looking for the past. From the green flag drop to the checkered flags waving, it's a Wednesday night war and the dirt we're craving. No points for pretty, no room for grace, just a bit of bumper and a killer pace. Yeah, we're living for the slide and the engine roar. Wednesday night street fights, give us some more. Hands on the wheel, white knuckle grip, keep the nose tucked in, don't let it slip. Riding the berm, a catfish in the bottom, find a gap and you know we got her. Wash off the mud, fix the bent up tin, just to turn around and do it all again. It's midweek mayhem underneath the lights, chasing down the checker through these dirt track nights. It's a Wednesday night street